We often hear the saying, "It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep." But let's take that one step further. It's also how wisely you spend what you keep. Contrary to what most people think, the wealthy aren't just good at earning money. They're masters at spending it. Not recklessly, not emotionally, but with purpose, precision, and long-term vision. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 simple yet incredibly effective spending rules that the wealthy live by. Rules that have allowed them to build and sustain their wealth across generations. These are not hacks. They're not trends. They are timeless principles. And if you start applying them today, you'll start making financial decisions that build wealth instead of destroy it. Let's get into it. Here's a truth bomb. Wealthy people don't buy things to show off. They buy things that move them forward. You see, the middle class often buys liabilities that look like wealth. Luxury cars, designer clothes, the newest gadgets. Why? To gain validation, to look rich, to impress others who are equally broke. Meanwhile, the truly wealthy think differently. Example: Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same gray t-shirt every day. Steve Jobs wore the same black turtleneck for years. These aren't random choices. They're deliberate habits. Here's why this rule matters. When you spend to impress, you're spending for others. When you spend to progress, you invest in things that improve your skills, health, business, or time efficiency. Progress spending includes buying books and courses that teach high-income skills, upgrading your workspace or tools to improve productivity, hiring a coach or mentor to shorten your learning curve. Ask yourself, before every purchase, will this move me forward or just make me look good for 10 seconds? Wealthy people know the compounding effect of intelligent purchases. Poor people seek dopamine hits. Rich people seek returns. Most people follow this formula: earn, spend, then try to save or invest what's left. Wealthy people do the opposite: earn, invest, then spend only what's left. This is one of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make. The rich treat investing like a non-negotiable bill. It comes before their lifestyle expenses. Why this rule works? It enforces discipline. It builds wealth automatically. It removes lifestyle inflation. Take this example. Let's say you earn $5,000 a month. Instead of increasing your lifestyle to match your income, you set aside 20 to 30% for investments as soon as you get paid. That could go into index funds, real estate, a business, education, or upskilling. The remaining amount is your actual budget for spending. The trap to avoid. Many people believe they'll start investing once they earn more. But when the paycheck increases, so do the expenses. New car, better apartment, more nights out. It never ends. Wealthy people avoid that trap by reversing the order, always investing first, even when they were earning modestly. Here's something the poor often don't realize. Cheap is expensive. Let me explain. When you buy something low quality to save money, you often end up replacing it sooner, spending more on repairs, sacrificing comfort or efficiency. Wealthy people understand the lifetime value of a product, not just its price tag. Example: instead of buying a $50 pair of shoes every 6 months, they'll spend $300 on a pair that lasts 5 years. Not because it's luxurious, but because it saves time, energy, and long-term costs. This applies to clothes, electronics, tools, appliances, even furniture. But here's the key. They don't buy expensive for the sake of it. They buy quality that lasts. Here's why this rule matters. You reduce wasteful spending. You increase efficiency. You avoid the trap of always buying cheaply and repeatedly. Warren Buffett once said, "Price is what you pay. Value is what you get." The wealthy never confuse the two. What to do? Whenever you're about to buy something, ask, will this last me 5 years? Will it serve me without frequent issues? Is it built for durability or just marketing hype? If you can answer yes to these, even if it costs more upfront, it's usually the smarter choice. One of the sneakiest enemies of wealth is lifestyle creep. The silent habit of increasing your spending every time your income rises. Earn more, buy a bigger house, promotion, upgrade your car, bonus, blow it on a vacation. It feels good in the moment, but over time, it traps you in a cycle. Earning more, but never actually building wealth. The rich do the opposite. They stay mentally poor in terms of humility and learning, but they get financially rich by not letting their lifestyle balloon uncontrollably. But here's what they do increase: spending on learning, books, courses, conferences, mentors, high-skill programs. Why? Because knowledge doesn't depreciate, skills don't wear out. These are the assets that multiply income. Take this real-world example. When Elon Musk wanted to build rockets, he didn't hire experts right away. He read textbooks on rocket propulsion. He invested in learning, not lifestyle. Or consider the fact that most self-made millionaires read at least 2 books a month. Not fiction, but business, psychology, investing, communication, and leadership. Your takeaway: every time your income increases, ask yourself, can I resist the urge to upgrade my lifestyle? Can I upgrade my mind instead? Because long-term, the best asset you'll ever own is your mind. Here's something most people get wrong about the rich. They assume that wealthy people never worry about money. They do. In fact, they worry more. But they channel that worry into strategy and awareness. Wealthy people are laser-focused on where every dollar goes. But they're not miserly or obsessed with pinching pennies. They just know the power of control. What does that mean? They track expenses regularly. They know their net worth at any given time. They analyze cash flow from investments. They calculate ROI on time, tools, and habits. But they also understand when to spend freely on the right things. They'll tip well, pay for convenience if it saves time, invest in great food and health, hire help to free up bandwidth. That's the difference between frugality and scarcity. Frugality is intentional. Scarcity is fearful. Example: if a wealthy person earns $500 per hour and a task costs $20 per hour to outsource, they'll happily outsource it and reclaim that time. A poor mindset sees that as waste. A wealthy one sees it as leverage. Your rule: know your numbers, spend intentionally, outsource to focus on high-value work. But never confuse tracking with hoarding. The goal is freedom, not fear. Let's recap the 5 simple yet incredibly effective spending rules the wealthy live by. 1. Spend to progress, not impress. 2. Invest first, spend what's left. 3. Buy quality, not quantity. 4. Limit lifestyle inflation, never limit learning. 5. Track every dollar, but never live in fear. Here's the truth. The wealthy don't get rich because they spend more. They get rich because they spend better. Every dollar has a purpose. Every purchase has a return, whether it's financial, emotional, or strategic. If you can master your spending habits, you can build wealth even with a modest income. And if you ignore these principles, no salary in the world will be enough. So the next time you pull out your wallet or swipe your card, pause and ask, is this moving me closer to wealth or further away? That 1 second of mindfulness can change your financial future. If this helped you reframe how you look at spending, hit that like button and subscribe to Inspirational Ideas. Drop a comment below. Which of these rules will you start applying today? And remember, wealth isn't just about earning. It's about deciding every day to spend with intention. Would you like this turned into a carousel for Instagram or broken into a tweet thread for Twitter X as well?